Que pasa, y'all? Latino Goose back with another story time, and today's topic is going to be about how I got concussed. So this is a heroic story of great athleticism and grace. So it all started, I was at work on my forklift, and I see an elderly woman about to get hit by a car. So what do? Being, me and all, I act and roll out of my forklift after parking it safely, of course. I jump with the grace of a lion on the African savannah, gently push the elder woman safely to the other side of the road, and at that moment, I realize I'm about to be hit by the car. So what does Goose do? Well, with my cat-like reflexes and my football feet, I turn my shoulders and roll off the hood of the car and land safely on the other side. I escort the elderly woman across the street safely, and then that's when I trip on a pebble and slam my head on the pavement and I get concussed. I know. It's really sad. I do all that work and not even a $5 chicken box at KFC. Like, what the hell? So, oh my god. So, the real story, guys, is I was on my forklift and I was working, and I got off the forklift way too fast and bumped the top of my fucking dome, and I blacked out for like half a second. I go to like Katrina Roja and I'm like, hey, I tell her what happened, and she's like, yeah, tell our boss. So I'm like, alright. So I go tell what happens, and they're like, hey, just take an ibuprofen, chill out for about, like 20 minutes, don't drive, don't do anything right. And I'm like, sweet. So I go and I'm chilling, and I'm realizing that I'm not doing any better, and my forehead and just all this area just feels like someone's just like pushing it in, and then I start getting nauseous, and I'm like, alright, something's wrong. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna try to work and just sit down. So I sit down, I'm trying to work, and I'm like, this is awful. I can't work. So I go back to my fiance. I'm like, hey, like, this is getting way worse. So we talked to my boss, and I'm like, you know what? We gotta take you in for concussion protocol. Make sure you're all right. So my fiance drives me to the urgent care. I get there, and at first the doc's like, yeah, you just bumped your head pretty well. Like, you'll expect bruising and all that good shit. And that's when I tell him, like, hey, I'm nauseous and I feel like throwing up. And then he's like, yo, you're concussed. And I'm like, shit. So he runs me down through all the do's and don'ts, gives me a packet, here's what to take, yada, yada, yada. And I go home, and I didn't want to ask him this personally because I felt embarrassed. But the first thing I did was I went home and I Googled, can I play video games while I'm concussed? And of course you can't, because obviously I let the brain rest, and playing video games is, you're trying to focus, hand-eye coordination, all that jazz, right? And the second thing I look up is, you probably already guessed it, is again, how to keep this PG, how to spank the monkey, or how to spank the monkey. Can I spank the monkey? And of course, that's a huge no-no as well. And so no fun times with the fiance. So I'm like, shit, I can't do my two favorite things in the world, besides eating, of course. So yeah, so now I'm just home, and it sucks. But alright, y'all. So that's my story for today. Have you guys been concussed? Let me know in the comments down below, because this sucks ass. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Latino Goose, and adios.